they're gonna be ready for it. Banger after banger after banger.
They're gonna have to get ready.
They're gonna get ready. Off to a good start. Better than ever.
Better than ever. But I don't know if I told you this.
Dun dun dun.
We made our first 50 cents.
Girl.
And actually, it was 54 US cents.
That's so almost a Canadian dollar.
It's like 70 cents for us.
Woo!
Waiting for us patiently.
Girl.
So, that's wonderful.
That's amazing.
And we couldn't have done that without our 5 loyal followers.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, guys.
Just kidding. My mom doesn't listen.
My mom doesn't either.
She knows about it. She tells people. She doesn't listen.
She doesn't listen, yeah. I'm trying to think if we got any other updates, but I don't think so. I made soup the other day.
How was that?
Lasagna soup.
Mmm.
It was delicious. I'm gonna have it for dinner again tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Mm.
Well, we might as well get started.
I wonder if they can hear me chewing.
Probably, but I'll cancel it out. It's okay.
Just put the music overlap.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Oh, I probably should do the introduction. Welcome to Tea Tales and Talks, where we talk about spooky things, drink some tea, and try not to get too scared. I'm Sarah, I'll be your host.
And I'm Mackenzie, I'll be your co-host.
For these strange and occasionally unsettling tales. In this episode, we're diving into the magical world of the fae. So grab a little fairy cup and join us for this whimsical and potentially creepy journey.
Creepy?
That's why I put this intro. How y'all doing? What's going on? Today we're talking about fairies and fae.
The fae people.
I love this so much, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to warn everybody that we aren't talking about the Pixie Hollow fairies.
No?
I hate to break it to you.
Oh.
Although I am obsessed with Pixie Hollow fairies. No, we're covering the folklore creatures that have a much more complex and at times scary lore.
Sarah.
Not that scary.
She's duping me
dun,
again.
Dun.
That's why she got me pizza.
I, right off the bat, want us to do a tarot thing.
I want to say a protection spell, and I got really nervous. I was like, ah.
It's not that kind of scary, don't worry. No. Just a nice, chill tarot pull.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Maybe a what's sipping would be a great idea.
You'll have to...
I'll explain. Okay. First and foremost, what are we sipping on today? Well, Mackenzie's sipping on pizza.
I can't even talk, it's so good.
It's the Tim Hortons flatbread pizzas. Guys, if you've not tried that, you're missing out.
It's pretty good, actually.
It's really good. Okay, so I am sipping on a chai latte from Tim's with the Chobani oat milk. And I forgot to add my little vanilla syrup to it to make it sweet, so it's just straight tea and milk.
I add the vanilla syrup to my double-double every time. Girl.
I know. And then Mackenzie is sipping on a caramel toffee latte. Also, everything's from Tim's. We're supporting Canada. We're Canada down, by the way.
I think Tim's was bought by the Americans, but...
I think they were bought out also, but that's neither here nor there. We're still claiming it as our own. We won't bring up anything that has happened in the Olympics thus far regarding hockey. I won't even talk about it.
We kicked ass in curling.
Curling, we won gold after we cheated, which...
Yeah, we didn't cheat. The two-touch was not cheating.
I don't care. As he should. Like, good for him. It's the way... It's just the concept of him saying, I didn't touch it. Fuck off. And then the video clip immediately after of him literally touching it. I mean...
Spencer and I and the whole team went curling on Friday as our quarterly team meeting. Girl, I was sore. I've
never curled.
Neither had I. I said, this shit's easy.
Is it? It's not.
No. No, I fell on my ass for a good 15 minutes straight. Sarah. You might want to animate this if you can. I was throwing my first stone.
Yeah.
And I had a literal guide on my other hand to hold me close to the ice but not
okay.
falling.
Yeah.
I kick off the thing. I go. The rock takes me
with it.
And I get dragged. I get turned over and dragged by this granite 40-pound rock going down this ice. And I'm like, me. And I'm like, okay, this is so great. What a great team bonding moment.
I love
to
this
see me
sport.
Get dragged. So.
When did you let go?
No, I didn't with that
Never?
one. That one I kept holding on to.
Until it stopped.
And they're like, so that's not how you do it.
You're like, what? Wait, really? I didn't know. I would like to do a little tarot pull for us. And actually, it's not tarot, it's an oracle deck.
Oracle.
It's my Sacred Forest oracle deck, which I thought was very fitting for this episode.
It is very fitting. It looks very nice.
Because we're going to be talking about fairies.
The fays.
And fae. Not just fairies. There's also other little beings that we get to talk about, too.
You're not getting left out, don't you?
Don't worry. So, I'll just pull one card today.
Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, you'll get a kick out of this. And it was your shuffling shocker that reminded me of all these cards scattering down. When I was moving my stuff with my dad, he pulled something off my one chest, and my mom's deck of tarot cards were wrapped in the shawl that it spreads onto. And they all came pouring down, and my dad starts screaming and going, don't look at him, don't look at him.
Oh my god.
He's like, just grab him, don't look.
Oh my god.
Dad, you want me to read your tarot? He's like,
yeah.
Don't look. And he's...
Ooh.
Oh.
Aw, we got one. We got Bluebird Spirit, Happiness, and it's the number 7. Lucky number.
We
love that. I'm gonna do another one. Because I feel like it.
Yes.
Let's do... Ooh. Now we have Phoenix.
Ooh.
Transmutation, and it's number 29. That's a cool one. Phoenix rises from the ashes. Should we do this too? Magic 8 Ball?
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while, and I did want to introduce that as a new segment.
Did you get a new phone case?
Yeah!
That's cute.
Cute, isn't it?
It's very nice.
Thanks. So, we're doing the 8 ball.
What's our question?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, collectively, let's lock in and come up with a question. You could say it in your head. You could say it out loud. You could write it down. I've got one. Got a good one. Do you have one?
Yeah, but I already think it's gonna happen. So if this says otherwise, I'm gonna be really pissed off right now.
Okay, let's find out together what my magic 8 ball says. What did we decide to name him? Doug or something? Yeah, it was Doug.
Was it Doug?
Because you called it a dud last time.
I'm so funny.
Okay.
Glad you
Doug.
remember that.
All right, Doug. You better give us a good answer for all of our questions. Okay. Okay, ready? I'll give it an extra good shake this time. It says without a doubt.
Ah! Yay! Better be, bitch.
It better be. What did you ask? Can I know?
It was a work thing.
Mine was, am I going to pass the NCIDQs?
Ah!
So it said without a doubt.
Yes! Say yes.
I told you it has to happen.
Girl,
it can't not happen. I spent too much money on it.
Period. But it's already
It has to happen.
Yes. It's happening.
Okay. I hope that you guys are satisfied with that answer because we definitely are. Now, back into the mystical, magical world of Fae. All right. I'm just going to jump right into it.
Let's get dirty.
Well,
sorry. I mean in the sense of I felt like we were jumping into an enchanted forest.
into the mud.
Into a dirt. Yeah.
Got it. Let's get dirt-y. Got it. Okay, so the concept of fae is a very old, very ancient European folklore. For the most part, when people talk about fae, they're referring to fairies. But there are many more little creatures that fit under the umbrella of fae. I'm gonna caution you guys not to take a shot every time I say fae in this episode because you will die. I say it a million times.
We already have.
I've already said it about 10.
You already have had 10 shots?
Yeah. That's alcohol poisoning, so don't do that. Okay, the legend of fae. The fae are ancient Celtic, Germanic, and Nordic folklore depicted as small supernatural beings. They are thought to be elusive, often invisible to the naked eye, mischievous, and at times dangerous. They dwell in a parallel realm to ours, so they don't really exist in our plane, but like one that is just parallel to it. And sometimes they intersect. Sometimes they go between the realms. Some believe that fae are fallen angels or remnants of ancient pagan deities, but in short, they are supernatural beings. In some Christian lore, it is believed that fairies specifically were spirits or angels that were not, quote, good enough to reside in heaven, but also not evil enough to be in hell. Therefore, they are trapped, earthbound, if you will, in this in-between realm for eternity. Kind of like purgatory.
Interesting.
Oh God, if we're in purgatory, are we going to see fairies? That's kind of fun.
Maybe purgatory ain't that bad.
In some pagan-based beliefs, they thought of the fae as descendants of ancient Celtic deities that once were responsible for nature itself. But as humans stopped believing, they retreated underground to be hidden away. In general, the reason the fae exist is to protect the natural world. They're thought to be the consciousness of the land and the guardians of nature. That's kind of a nice way to think about them, as like little nature spirits.
I was gonna say like spirits and guides.
Now, I'm going to go through each of the different species within the fae beings, and I'll describe their appearances and what they're known for, and then kind of what's associated with them. This is kind of fun.
I'm especially fun for the second one, because I was one of them.
Oh. She's foreshadowing right now.
So foreshadowing.
I will say that I picked only like 6 or 7.
Okay.
7 of them. But there are like 100 different beings, and they have like different names in different cultures. But they are like the same thing. There's a lot. We're just talking about the main ones that people may have heard of already, and explaining what they're all about. Okay, starting off with fairies and pixies. This one's my favorite. Well, I won't say that. A lot of them are my favorite.
She can't pick just one.
I can't pick one. So fairies and pixies are mainly from English folklore, and they are said to be small and quick little things that are playful and mischievous. They're not really dark or evil, but they are definitely tricky. They're described as being very small human-like creatures with dragonfly wings and pointy ears. Now, specifying the dragonfly wings because usually they're seen with like flat wings instead of like butterfly wings go like clamped together like this.
Yeah.
Dragonfly wings are like out to the side and flat.
flatter.
Yeah, so that's kind of how to distinguish them, and little pointy ears. Some have said they look almost beautiful, but with something slightly off about them. They are typically seen as flashes of light quickly appearing and disappearing. Next, we have brownies. This is what Mackenzie was referring to.
You guys didn't figure that one out.
She was a brownie.
I was a brownie.
She was not this little household creature.
No, I was like a girl guide brownie.
She was a girl guide brownie.
I was also a girl guide.
Oh.
But it goes like, I think it goes pixie, brownie, girl guide, and then like pathfinder or something.
Oh.
But I like that it starts in the
That's kind of full circle.
mystical realm, right?
Yeah. That's cute. So these brownies are not girl guides, but they are known as house spirits. More so, typical in Scottish folklore, they're thought to be helpful things that assist with household chores and protecting the home itself. They're said to work at nighttime while the humans sleep, and they really, really, really don't want to be seen or perceived. But apparently, they are easily offended, and when they are offended, they will leave immediately.
Oh.
They are said to look like small humanoid creatures that are earthy tones and colors, often wrinkly with messy hair and beards. They're said to have eyes that glow in the dark. It's like a little bit creepy, but they're very helpful. Unless you perceive them and then they're like, screw you!
Bye! You're on your own.
I'm out! I also read somewhere that they really don't like to be thanked either.
Really?
Yeah.
They're humble.
They like really just don't want you to acknowledge.
Ignore them.
They're like, please leave me alone.
Don't exist.
Leave me alone and I will do your laundry. That's a honestly perfect agreement.
Deal.
Next we have gnomes. Now, gnomes are sometimes considered fae in some regions, but not in traditional English, Celtic, or Nordic folklore. I think they're also a little bit more of like a new concept in like the fae realm. Oh, they've more so become like adopted into the
fae culture.
Yeah, they are like a separate being, but because they're so close to these like other little creatures, they're kind of like annexed into the umbrella of fae. They're said to be quiet and neutral, and their main purpose is to protect. The reason they're kind of not fae is that they are more so associated with the elementals, I think. So earth is their element. So they're like earth spirits.
Ah.
They look like tiny, stocky humans with beards and pointy hats. And they're often in brown or earthy colors. I think most of these little creatures are like I said, they're like nature spirits. So they're all in like...
It's like camouflage.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Now we have elves. Elves are more of a Nordic folklore concept and said to be powerful beings tied to nature, fertility, and light, and balance. Thought to be a higher caliber of fae, they usually dwell in and around the, quote, other world, which is sometimes what people refer to the, like, realm of fae as the other world, because it's, like, just not ours. Like, it's just, it's not a plane, like, just a little bit not
outside
ours.
Of it.
They basically are the guardians of nature, but if disrespected, they can cause bad luck. In folklore, they also were said to sometimes fall in love with humans.
Oh!
Which is an interesting concept. They're said to look like humans generally, but with the famous pointy ears and unbelievably, almost unhumanly beauty. They're typically said to move and work through our world invisibly. So, perhaps the only time you would really see one is like if you catch it off guard, or if it falls in love with you and reveals itself to you.
Boop. If that happens, please let us know.
Let us know, please.
I want to know.
That one was kind of hard to find, like, the size of them, if they're, like, in some TV shows, like, elves are, like, little mini guys.
Yeah, not really.
Or, like, Lord of the Rings elves. I was kind of getting that vibe, like, they're more, like, they look like
humanoids.
People. Yeah.
Well, especially if they fall in love with humans, too. I feel like you have to have some kind of resemblance to have that even...
Yeah.
Reciprocated?
Yeah, I agree. Next, we have leprechauns. Leprechauns are a Celtic Irish folklore beings that are known as guardians of treasures. LOL. They are known to be extremely cunning and clever and especially tricky, also masters of illusion. They aren't evil, but they are said to be not very kind, and they really like to outsmart humans. That's like their pastime, is to like trick people. It's said if you ever catch one or come across one, to not take your eyes off of it, because as soon as you blink, then it will be gone. They are also meant to grant you wishes or give you treasure. So if you, by the grace of God, happen to spot a leprechaun, you have to not blink at all and look at it and ask for wishes or ask for treasure or good luck, probably, and they will grant it to you. But as soon as you blink...
Gone.
They're gone. They look like small, old, mannish creatures. Very short, with a worn or weathered look to them. Usually said to be wearing little waistcoats and jackets, but typically clothed in red or earthy tones, which, interesting, they're not in green. They're not like the caricature, stereotypical leprechauns.
St. Paddy's Day leprechaun.
No. They're not associated with green or rainbows in their, like, traditional folklore. but they are like masters of treasures and illusions and things like that. So like it's kind of funny how some of the like little
There's
traits,
a little connection to it.
you can see the similarities, but
because like a rainbow is an illusion.
Technically, yeah. It's the trick of the light. And next we have dryads/nymphs. So I do believe that they're the same being, but like different words for it in different cultures, so I included them both. Typically the same beings across different culture folklore, but all to describe nature and forest spirits. Dryads are typically associated with trees, specifically, protective of the forests, and are typically shy to be around humans. They are said to bless the land with fertility or, in turn, curse people who cause nature harm.
Fair.
Fair enough. They are described to be beautiful women with soft, serene features in a way that is almost not really human. With long flowing hair that can look like vines or leaves. They're said to be able to merge with trees also.
So it was like very like willow tree merged with a human female.
Like just super flowy and like earthy. I don't know.
Yeah.
And beautiful, obviously, like otherworldly beautiful. Which is kind of weird, but a lot of the ones that are like more like human-like, their description is like, yeah, but they're like so beautiful
it's
that
a little off.
It's off, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Next,
it's like a way for the humans to naturally detect.
Yeah,
off.
Actually, that's a good point. It could be. That's like the uncanny valley thing, where it's like something that looks so human, but there's like something slightly off that it kind of like makes your like sick. Instincts go, like alarms go off because you're like, it's not human, or it's like it's not supposed to be like that. That's a good point. Our next one is sprites. These are more so light and energy beings.
It goes sprites, brownies, guides.
Oh, yes!
Not fairies or pixies.
Yes, it is sprite. I remember that. I never did it, but I do remember that. That's kind of weird too.
Right?
So these sprites are light and energy beings of the Fae world. They are more neutral than pixies, but more active and seen than something like the brownies. So they're like not playful or like tricky, but they're also more seen, right? Did I say that? Yeah. More seen and more active than the brownies, who are like, do not perceive me ever.
Keep your eyes off of me, please.
They typically live in meadows and glades and are said to be associated with light and movement. They're described similarly as pixies, but nearly translucent and often glowing. They usually will appear as flashes of light or a shimmer. So thinking about like when you see a little sparkle in the corner of your eye, something like that. It could be a little sprite. So I feel like these ones, like, we would see them a lot more often, but maybe not clock that that's
what it
is. Especially if they're like really quick, like a little shimmer of light or a little
oh my gosh, and it's flash. Like something like the leprechaun that disappears within a blink.
Yeah.
You could miss it so quickly.
Oh, yeah. Next we have hobgoblins.
Oh, what a name.
They are another type of household fae. They are usually helpful and protective domestic creatures that are similar to brownies in that they don't want to be seen and they will do household chores at night. They don't like being paid or thanked.
Humble.
They find it disrespectful. Okay. So these ones especially are like, do not look at me, do not talk to me, don't say thank you, don't acknowledge me.
Just let me do my work.
Let me do it in peace. Some folklores will blur together hobgoblins with goblins, but they're not. They're not goblins, they are hobs, which are most similar to brownies and boggles. I'm just throwing some words at you. These are just other little beings.
We're gonna have like a little dictionary. What's that one movie with all the little beings and they have like the dictionary and it's like Spiderwink. I think I called it Wink.
Spiderwink. I love that movie.
That's what this is reminding me of. Yes. Like we're going through the book right now.
We're going through the book. Aww.
Flip.
That's cute. Can somebody make us a book like that? With like little diagrams of little
strengths creatures. And weaknesses.
Yeah.
Things to be aware of.
Yeah.
Descriptions.
That's so cute.
Get going, guys. Thank you.
So hobs or hobgoblins are said to also look like brownies, like short little men who are wrinkly
Worn.
worn and wrinkled, but they're also said to be hairy, like very hairy. Whatever that means.
Little furry guys.
They're furry guys, I guess. Okay, next we have hags. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, hags wasn't always a derogatory term in folklore. It was once meant to describe the personification of things like death and time and winter. So like major life concepts, right? They're said to be more ancestral fae. They were thought to control the seasons at one point. So these are like beings. The pipeline to, quote, hag, in the way that we use it now, was because hags were described as beautiful women, but extremely old and ancient looking. So they were like, they've been here, they've been around.
Yeah.
And then if you saw one, you're like, holy shit, she's so beautiful, but she's old. But it's kind of interesting the way that then developed into like witches and like older women who like nature, older women in general.
Who are still alive, yeah.
Being
older women
called
who are
hags.
slightly beautiful or
Just women in general being called hags. But if we want to take back that word, actually it meant like an ancestral being who was obviously very
powerful and strong.
knowledgeable and powerful and was connected to nature and the seasons and like major
Death
themes.
and time.
Yeah. So if somebody calls you a hag, take it as a compliment. If you want. I don't know. Then you'll have to explain the whole history. I don't know. You know.
Just send them to the podcast.
Yeah. Just play this clip for them.
Yeah. It'll make all the sense they need.
It'll make sense. All right. Our last one is the red caps. These are some of the darker fae, and I mean dark as in evil.
Bad.
They're bad guys. They are known to haunt around ancient or old ruins and are said to be aggressive and brutal. They are extremely territorial and will attack travelers who pass through what they claim as theirs.
Okay.
Basically, they just want to kill you if you trespass. Period. Like, that's
How do
it.
you know it's theirs?
You don't. That's the gag of it all.
Okay, cool.
They're described as small, short, humanoid creatures with old, twisty faces, scary teeth, iron-heavy boots, and blood-red caps. The iron part is a little bit weird, but we will get into that later. It's a little bit foreboding. I don't know. Don't even worry about it. I got you. But I did want to include that one because it's kind of the most common of the like darker, the evil ones. But there was like a lot of like both really good ones and really bad ones and kind of neutral beings and like,
and then all throughout the spectrum.
yeah, everything, the whole entire spectrum. Pretty crazy. Some of the notable mentions. This is it's only 2. I was gonna add more. I forgot. One of them, they're pari or peri, which are Persian fairies, which is that's really cool. And selkies, which are water-based fae spirits. So those are like 2 that I've like heard before, and the Persian one is I just thought it was cool. But it's interesting that they have like it's the same beings or the same concept, but just a different name in different cultures. Pretty cool.
A little bit. Sarah,
Yeah.
how do we spot or identify any of fae area if they're around?
Well, that question doesn't make sense, but I'll answer it anyway.
I was reading it and I was like, and I don't understand now what I'm saying anymore.
I think I meant to be like, how do you spot like a designated fae area?
Okay, got it.
I think that's kind of
Beautiful.
or if they're like close to you or like in the area that you are in.
Yeah, how do we know if they're in the vicinity?
How do we know? Well, I'll tell you right now. The number one like determining factor for if fae are around, close by, or you're passing through a fae area.
You're stepping real close.
It's fairy circles. We've talked about fairy circles before in our portals episode.
Yes.
We did.
You can pause here, folks, if you need to go back for a little refresher.
You should, because that episode is very good, and actually we talked about fairies like twice in that episode. It's a full circle.
Foreshadowing.
Yep. So fairy circles are usually seen as a ring or arch of naturally growing mushrooms, like a little ring of mushrooms. I also think clovers, if they're like in a perfect circle, or like a patch of clovers, but then there's like a circle of dirt in the middle, that kind of vibe. And these are believed to be a place where fae dance in circles or portals into the fairy world or the other world. So we did talk about that in the portals episode.
Definitely did.
And cautioned to not step in because they are really believed to be portals
in and out
into the other world, yeah. Unless you really want to go.
You do you, boo.
Although I would caution against it because some of the other information that I have, it's maybe going to deter you from wanting to go to the fairy world.
It's not like Sims. Okay, cool.
No, it's not like Sims.
Okay, cool.
In a lot of folklore, they often warn against entering a fairy circle or stepping into it, claiming it could lead to being trapped or cursed. I guess this could be seen as a disrespectful thing to step on or in a fairy circle.
Yep.
But to the fae, yeah, just even stepping on it could get you cursed or transport you. The next sign, if the fae are close, are fae arches. These ones are really cool. So this is another type of fairy portal, but often seen as a natural arch within nature. This could be anything from tree branches forming an arch, natural stone, or mysteriously manipulated stone in nature that is in the shape of an arch or a doorway, vines in like an arch, etc., etc. These are also thought to be dangerous to walk through as they may lead you to the other world.
Portal.
Yeah,
Portal.
It's another portal. It's a portal. Next, we have fae traps.
Now are these to catch humans or to catch faes?
Humans. Basically, other ways that fae will try to lure you or trap you or kidnap you. If the fairy circle didn't work, if the fairy arch didn't work, they will set up traps. Often these little traps will be seen as things like dancing leaves in the forest, glimmering or sparkling things in nature that you can't fully spot. You know, when you see something in the distance sparkling,
like a mirage.
You're like, what is that? Let me go check it out. Don't go check it out.
Do not do that.
I've also seen people say things like beautifully put together flowers or sticks and leaves kind of woven together. Basically anything that is like a little bit too man-made
Too nice for nature.
to be in nature, like just naturally, but it's also made out of nature, made out of natural things. Okay, now this section. This is like kind of the creepy part.
Oh, great.
And I've named this section Protection and Appeasement.
Yeah, it's very interestingly named section. Segment? Our protection and appeasement segment. Welcome.
Welcome! We're so happy you're here.
You come at the right time. Grab a seat. Anyone's yours. They're all open.
They're all open. Nobody else is here.
It's just us.
Just us. Okay, so in theory, a lot of these creatures sound cute, kind of whimsical.
Kind of like we could be friends. Like you can come and clean my house and I won't thank you and we could just vibe.
Yeah.
We could just vibe.
There is another side to their lore that is a little bit less cute. In general, the world of Fae lives peacefully parallel to our own world, rarely intersecting, but it can happen, and it does happen. And if you play your cards right, it can be a really positive experience. But if you don't, it can be a nightmare.
Amazing.
If you encounter something like a fairy or a brownie or a water being and you are respectful and cautious, you could create a positive relationship with them. I have seen like so many stories and so many things of people talking about having like a connection to fairies and fae and like having a little exchange with them.
Nice.
Some have said that if you give them little offerings like cream or milk, butter, honey, little treats. I've also heard like little shiny things, like coins or keys or little trinkets. If you give those things to them, then in return they will bring you small gifts. Some have said that they could leave money, small bones, other nature treasures, flowers, etc. And they can even bring you a little bit of good luck or blessings or do some housework for you. Basically being really helpful.
It's lovely. Sarah, don't giggle like that. It makes me nervous.
I read somewhere that someone said they like little things that you wouldn't find outside already, like in nature. So like buttons could be a good one. Like a bottle cap would be a good one. Like little things.
A shiny button.
A thumbtack. Little things, right?
Yep.
Think Tinkerbell. What would she like in her house? Oh, also like bread and treats, like little baked things
The sweet
too.
stuff. Yeah.
Sweet things. Little handmade things. I also saw somebody said, oh, you could give a lock of your hair to them. And hey, so that's not a good idea.
No.
Don't do that. No. Never give your hair. This was like
Keep your hair to yourself.
As soon as I read that, I was like, why would you do that? Why would you? Okay. In any sense, don't give a piece of your like literal body or yourself like to anything. Like you should not be doing that. A lady on Reddit said, yeah, if you give a personal piece of you, like your DNA, that means that they can have power over you and you are connected to them forever. So don't do that. Maybe don't.
She commented on the other person who was like, just give him a lock of your hair.
And she's like,
no, don't do that.
hey, so you're creating like an eternal bond.
An attachment issue.
To these beings. I don't think you want to do that.
Maybe stop cutting your hair.
Let's not do that. I think that that's a really good lesson. Like with anything, don't give anybody, don't give anything a piece of your like physical literal body.
Keep that to yourself, friends.
Keep it for you. That's yours. Don't let anyone else have that. It is also a good thing to note that fae or fairy gifts are rarely, if ever, unconditional.
Oh.
So this is a big warning. They always expect something in return. It's the law of nature, I guess, like a give and take, yin and yang type of thing. So there are some stories of people who are like, I randomly found this thing, and I think it's a gift from the fae, and even if you didn't ask for it, you still have to give something in return because you were given something. So that's like a little warning. The gifts are not unconditional.
Not only one-sided.
No. How to appease them and protect yourself. Basically by respecting that they are connected to nature and the land around you. In general, ignoring or respectfully acknowledging them is the best thing that you can do. Leaving a simple offering and saying, hey, I acknowledge you, but I don't want to interact, please. You could also do that. I will say that in most cases and interactions with them are not to this like extreme contact or interaction. Like it's not common to have like a literal relationship with these beings. It's more of like a brief passing or like you spot them, like a fleeting moment.
Yeah.
You just happen to catch them, a little glimpse. They are also known to be vulnerable to iron. Remember how I mentioned iron before? Especially cold iron. Some say it's because iron is blessed. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it kind of jogging my memory. I wonder if that is connected to that horseshoe story. Do you remember about like the horseshoe and the devil? And that's why people put horseshoes above their doors because it's like, I don't know, something. I thought
it had to do with good luck.
It does, but it's also like to like ward out evil and stuff like that. I guess I don't. Or because iron is a pure element. I don't know, but it makes them burn, apparently.
Oh.
And in general, it's a good repellent. So if you really are like, I don't want fae around me ever at all.
No, thank you.
Then put some iron around. I did add this little note. Weird because the red caps, allegedly they wear iron boots.
Yeah.
But I was doing a lot of like digging into this.
Deep
Why?
diving?
Because they are fae, but they're wearing iron. This doesn't compute to me. But it said apparently this is because they are not nature-based beings. So they're not technically, like, their magic is not fae magic.
Something else?
It's something
Darker.
else. Yeah. Which is weird, so then they can wear iron.
It feels like a fishy loophole, but I guess
it's a little
it can
bit
work.
fishy, but if somebody knows more about that,
Let us know.
explain to us, because I don't know. But that's the information that I gathered. That's basically if you want to be friends with them or if you want them to go away, that's what you can do. Now,
Oh no.
the scarier side. We're going even scarier. It's not really, but
In case you get yourself into trouble, we're here to help.
we're here to help. Disappearances attributed to fairies. So you could have a positive relationship with them.
Or not.
But if you piss off the fae, they could destroy your house, curse you with illness, or kill you in your sleep, curse you or your family, kidnap your children, steal your things, or drive you crazy. So
why not?
not only could they literally ruin your life, they could actually steal or kidnap your children or kidnap you yourself. That's the downside. Throughout history, there have been, not just in folklore or legends, but real documented cases of people claiming that their family, friend, or child had been taken by fairies and disappeared. Yep. So this is for sure the dark side of this folklore. Like most things in the world, when there is a light side, there is also a dark side.
Balance.
And these beings are, if anything, they are about balance. One of the things that are negatively associated with fae is specifically the kidnapping of children. This is an interesting phenomenon that I think is mostly associated with England, Scotland, and Ireland, but actually, the disappearance of children specifically connected to folkloric beings has been documented pretty much everywhere. Again, in our Portals episode, we talked about Bell Island in Newfoundland and Labrador, and there was a case there, or multiple cases, of people or children going missing, and the locals saying it was certainly the fae that took them. But in general folklore, even presently, there are some conspiracies that fae have kidnapped people, especially children, and that is an explanation for otherwise unexplainable disappearances. Typically, these disappearances happen in forests or fields or out in nature. And in rare cases, the person or child that disappeared will reappear mysteriously, often in or around the same
I'm trying to be so quiet and it's not working whatsoever. And I'm like, I won't be distracting or loud or whatever.
Calmly, quietly, quickly, just...
Sorry. I'm not making up the Eileen.
Don't worry. And in rare cases, the person or child that disappeared will reappear mysteriously, often in or around the same place that they went missing. But the catch of this is that a lot of people report when the missing individual is back that they aren't acting normal or they have weird abnormalities on their bodies. However, there is the most famous fairy napping sub-concept of the fae kidnapping a baby and then replacing it with a changeling. So this is like...
This one stuff is crazy.
And this lore goes deep. Deep or all the way to the top. I don't know. Both directions.
Whichever one you want to choose.
A changeling was usually described as a fairy substitute that could appear sickly looking, aged or wrinkled, and behaved strangely. So this is a baby, like an infant. The weird behavior would be the baby being ravenously hungry all the time, not growing, or exhibiting angry behavior, which in these cases specifically are said to be unlike the baby before it went missing or before it was, quote, changed. So a changeling is basically a fairy baby, or some think it's half human, half fairy. But you may be asking, then what happened to the original baby? What happened to the human baby? Well, in folklore, they believe that the fairies eat the human baby. Some think they could keep the human baby because they thought it was beautiful, or they want to keep it as a pet.
Obviously.
Yeah. Or they eat it. Those are your options. Keep it as a pet or eat it. I read
Just like a goldfish.
Exactly. I read a few things also about the original baby being returned after a long time, like years and years. So in some cases, they could return the original human baby, often as a fully grown person or a lot older, but they find everyone in their real life or their reality has aged or died because the timing between like the fae world and whatever, it doesn't.
They're at rapid speed compared to us.
Yeah, it's like not the same. They're not on the same wavelength. Now, a lot of people believe that the reason the fae take babies is because the baby is so beautiful, or if the baby or child is left unattended. So they're like, you left your kid unattended?
Punishment.
It's mine now. There's also an interesting point that I read in an article, and I thought that I should say this. It covered the concept of people blaming fairies for affecting their babies or children because of the, quote, telltale signs of them. They seem normal, but they act strange, whatever. I saw a lot of people saying that in old times, this could have been people's explanation for children that had autism. Because, like, at a certain point in development, you get signs. So, could it be that they're not actually changelings? But, you know, in, like, in the ancient times, in the old times, they needed an explanation for things.
And that was...
And the most rational explanation had to be that fairies stole the baby.
Sarah, come on. No illness,
No.
no nothing.
Which, like, of course that could be possible. In a lot of the cases, it very well could be possible that... So I wanted to add that little note in there because we like to cover all angles.
All the bases.
Of our stories. Now... the evolution into fairies. How the fae became fairies. This is the pipeline of scary, tricky fae into the
sweet
Pixie Hollow fairies that we love.
Cartoon, loving, sweet.
Exactly.
Angels.
So in the beginning, the way people believed in the fae and how they treated them was very respectful. They were often referred to as good neighbors or little people as to not offend them, and because they believed that speaking of them would draw their attention. It's okay. We got a lot of trinkets in this room, so I think we'll be fine. Where they once were highly respected and sometimes feared, these mythical beings soon became just that, myth. They developed into folklore and legend, stories you would tell children, ways to caution them about the world, but in truth, they were becoming less and less believed in. As time went on, the concept of these little creatures changed a lot. By the Victorian era, the depiction of fae became less scary and more whimsical. Ethereal beings with tiny wings, basically what the Disney fairies look like. And because that appearance is obviously cute and beautiful and a lot more digestible, and like a lot of folklore, it became less and less of traditional beliefs and more like fantastical legends. So, at a certain point in history, this was real for people. Whether it's real or not, this is what they believed. This is like how they lived their lives.
How they warned their kids to be smart and stay clear of certain things.
And I like always, why I say I believe in everything, because I think that there's like a little bit of truth in everything. So maybe at one point in time, people were a little bit more connected to like nature spirits. Maybe they weren't literally like little tiny people with wings, but there's something there. So I do believe that like at one point we were more attuned with that and it was real, but as people became a little bit more like, I'll say like less in tune with like the world and like nature and what's around us, then it became more of like, oh, it's just a story that we tell our kids. It's just a story, or it's passed down from generations, and then it becomes...
It's just a story, because it's just a story we pass down. Not because there's any truth to it.
No, then it just literally just becomes a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Now, it's time for our favorite part of the episode.
Favorite segment, Sarah. Do that
deep breath is...
Ready, read.
Reddit read.
Ready, read.
Reading stories.
It's time to read those Reddit stories.
Oh, okay, it's a remix.
They don't know what's coming in season 2. We gotta keep them on their toes. We might actually have a jingle made.
Oh my god, good idea.
Sarah, we need jingles for each segment.
We're gonna have to now.
Write out our segments.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, now we're gonna dive into some first-hand accounts and stories about fae and fairies. I have 5 stories. They're pretty good. They're pretty fun. If I remember them correctly. This was a while ago, but they're kind of... they're good.
They look good.
Okay, I'll start us off. with this story. Again, we're reading these verbatim. This is copy and paste from Reddit.
Straight from the press.
Yeah.
Off the hot press.
Off the press.
Of Reddit.
Yeah. Straight from the horse's mouth. Into your ears.
Like the fish into the bear's mouth.
The bear's mouth. And then into the river.
And into the frying pan.
Then into your ears. Look at that. Not a single saying that we've said.
No, we make up our own sayings. That's what makes this show so great.
Yeah. That's what people are here for. Our funny sayings that don't make sense.
Speaking of funny sayings that don't make sense, I use the 2 birds, 17 stone thing at like work. Like I just say it regularly and I'll laugh.
Are people like,
and they're like, okay.
what is she talking about?
You haven't listened to the episode yet.
If you haven't, I don't even know what episode that was.
Listen to that episode.
17 stones for 1 or 2 birds.
Just chuck them all.
Just do, yeah.
Grab a fistful.
Yeah.
Bam!
At least one will hit the bird.
Should.
At least one.
Should.
Okay, our first story. When I moved into my current house, my hammer disappeared. The logical conclusion is it ended up in one of the boxes, obviously. I had a second hammer in my toolbox. I used that and it also disappeared. I searched all over and got frustrated and bought a brand new hammer. There's a saying, once is an anomaly, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. Sure enough, that third hammer went missing as well. About that same time, I was seeing a blur out of the corner of my eye. A figure about a foot to a yard tall, brown with a light brown vest. Never still enough to see details, and always gone right after I noticed it. I did a little Googling, and the fae brownies fits the description and behavior. It seems it didn't like I was banging and hammering nails for pictures.
How dare you?
So I got some nuts, honey, raisins, and set out an offering and stated I was new here and want to be a good neighbor. Found all 3 hammers the next day.
That's crazy. I wonder if they were all in the same spot or if they were like spread out through the house like a little search and find.
I like kind of got chills a little bit thinking about like if they're just all of them are like on the table, like all 3.
There you go.
For you.
Thank you.
Also, that is like totally Spiderwick because he like feeds the little house goblin honey in the movie. I love that so much. See, that's a good encounter. It was just annoyed because you were banging around. Yeah.
Bastard. Okay, next one, quote unquote, from Reddit. Okay, so I'm assuming that it was a fairy, although I'm assuming that if fairies exist, there's many unknown beings that also exist that could be misidentified as fairies.
Okay.
Very, very, very true. But one day, my husband brought our daughter down by a very small creek to spend the night. My daughter fell asleep in her hammock pretty fast. She was probably 11 at the time. She's 15 now. But my husband and I stayed awake all night because at one point in the night, we had to deal with some aggressive raccoons for about half an hour. Then the morning came, probably 7 a.m. I looked down and there was what looked like a fairy that was kind of down near the ground close to where my daughter was sleeping. I'm assuming it was there because of her. It seems curious of her. Its body was very human-like, but green, with dragonfly-like wings. It was only a couple inches tall, but I saw it very well.
That's cool. That's like, maybe it thought that the kid was unattended.
Yeah, just checking
like by
in
itself.
on it.
Also, being by like a river and
In
like
the forest.
in the forest. I think you're just asking for the fairies to come at that point.
It's like putting out the friggin' nuts and raisins.
Yeah.
And honey.
Accidentally giving your child as an offering to the fae.
I don't know how. I don't know
how that
why I thought
happened.
that.
We were just camping.
Scary. Camping is a lot more intimidating now.
Yeah. Okay, our next story. I am from Puerto Rico. We have a lot of rivers all over the island, and sometimes we go and take the family and enjoy the day swimming and just having fun at a certain location. This particular day, she went with her partner at the time. They are not together. Oh. Okay, sorry. I have to preface. This was somebody telling a story about their friend or something.
Okay.
It's like a story that they heard.
Okay.
That's who she is. I don't know.
Her friend. Okay.
This particular day, she went with her partner at the time. In brackets, they are not together anymore. And my nephews. sister. They're having a good time, and my sister needed something that was on their vehicle that was parked on the main road. So her eldest son went with her, and he got ahead of her and got into the vehicle to get what she wanted. She keeps walking towards him, and all of a sudden she felt weird and froze. She doesn't know if she was being forced to be still or if she stopped on her free will, but there she was, standing still on the road, analyzing and trying to make sense of what's going on. She said that there was a weird smell. I asked if it was a bad or repulsive smell. She said it wasn't. It was more like a sweet smell. Different, but not bad. She also told me she was looking and trying to make sense of what was going on around her surroundings. She was still on the same road, but it felt different somehow. And she kept hearing these buzzing sounds and seeing these flashes or shadows moving really fast around her. Then something stopped in front of her. That thing stopped and let her see it. She described it as a fairy, Walt Disney-like, but not as beautiful. She said it wasn't heinous or ugly looking, but it wasn't pretty either, and it wasn't really small. The thing stood there in front of her for a few seconds and then went back to whatever it was doing. Then she looked at her son, and he was still far away from her, and he screamed, "Mom, are you seeing what I'm seeing?" She told him yes. They realized they were gone, and they went back to the river and resumed their day as if nothing happened. They talked about it days later when she told me, but for some reason they didn't really discuss it in details. So basically,
like that's something you just pretend like didn't happen.
Yeah, that's like a little bit much to kind of not talk about.
We'll just push that under the rug there.
When I first read this, a couple thoughts went through my brain. Mm-hmm. First, I was like, did she enter a fairy portal? Like,
sounds like it. You crossed
unknowingly,
something.
yeah. And like that's what the like other world is. Like it still looks like our world, but it's like a different frequency, and she was seeing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Or was there something like kind of powerful around her, or like fairies or something that like made her be still, or like
force field her, like
yeah,
stop her,
like stop, or like allowed her to see for a moment like everything that was going on. I don't know, but
I think it's also interesting that her kids saw the same thing, and then was like, also like, what was his perspective if she was like in it?
Yeah,
he was like seeing it from the outside. So like his mom being surrounded by like,
or was he portal? Also in it, and like for whatever reason, it's like they were both
running because they both crossed it and
maybe they went through something, like both of them.
They passed through an arch.
Maybe they stepped in a circle on the way, and they like didn't realize it till they got like to the car that like, oh, something's not right.
And then
yeah. That was an interesting one.
And then also not to talk about it.
And also to be like, yeah. I would tell everybody.
Like, so?
I would be broadcasting that. You'll never believe what happened to me.
Listen. Tell her I need other people to test this theory.
Yeah.
Next story. I parked at my boyfriend's apartment building, which is heavily wooded, and I've suspected fae are there. One night, it was as if squirrels were throwing acorns at my car, but there were no squirrels up in the tree that I could see. The noise was loud, and so I left an offering of a symbol made with twigs and some weeds, just so they would know I was acknowledging them. My car was towed overnight, and it cost me $200 to get it back. My boyfriend paid for half. I asked the fae why they would do that, if I honored them. I began to play fairy-sounding magical music for them every time I visited. Like 3 weeks later, I parked my car and looked down. There was $125 in cash, all rolled up messily. That's my fairy interaction I've had. I wish I could see them, but I haven't been allowed to yet. However, I honor them every chance I get. I definitely, quote, feel their presence at times.
Dang. So they were like, you're new, we don't like you yet. But then when she was like, why would you do that?
Help? What the heck?
Then they gave her money for the car.
They said, okay,
They're like, fine, I guess we'll pay for it. Here's our half. And a little extra. Buy something nice for yourself.
Get yourself that little lip
Get yourself
gloss
something pretty.
Or us some more things.
Yeah. Invest in us. That's kind of cool, though. Also, nice that she was like, I can feel them. I know they're there. But I wonder if they were like, you know we're here. We know you're there. They wanted to get her attention for some reason. Teach
you not to disrespect before anything happens.
Maybe they were warning her not to park there.
Maybe it was a bad spot.
What if like a tree was gonna fall down and hit her car? That's why they're throwing acorns.
I'm concerned as to why your car was towed.
Yeah, in the parking lot.
Yeah, in your
so maybe
parking
they're
lot.
like, don't park there. Like, look it, your car will be towed.
Just saying. Someone would have had to call to get the car towed.
Do you know what? Now I'm kind of thinking about it. Maybe that's why they were throwing acorns. Because they're like, don't put your car there.
Car, don't park here.
And then they gave her money for the car being like towed. They're like, here you go.
The bird that pooped in my car was saying, don't poop here. Listen to the nature.
Listen to nature. They know a lot better than we do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, our last story. When I was a young girl, I visited my mother's friend's home. Myself and the other children went to the bottom of the garden. My friend told me that there are fairies in the garden. I didn't think it was true at first, but there was a large bush almost covering part of the fence. I went inside and there were small things like keys, twigs, acorns, and coins that they said were often gifts. And in return, they would leave them small gifts like flowers, milk, honey, etc. If you can remember back in the 90s and early 2000s, we had small yellow and red buses that we played on in the playgrounds. I think it's those like the metal ones, like the metal... There was one of these buses there. On top laid a small figure, I would say an inch or two long, clear wings, moss clothing, green in color. At first it was asleep and I tried to get closer. I was so young and happy to see a fairy, I wanted to try and catch it. Obviously, as I got close, I startled it and it woke and flew off out of the top of where the leaves broke into the sky. I could not believe what I had seen and was obsessed ever since. The lady who owned the house was very serious that there were fairies at the bottom of her garden. She also believed her children and me. I still tell this tale today, years on, and still very much believe I would love to see one again one day. That's kind of cute. I also think that, like, seeing stuff like that, it's...
When you're a kid.
I think it's similar to, like, seeing ghosts and stuff when you're a kid, because kids don't have, like, the real-world filters.
The
so
lens
they're,
hasn't
like...
gone over yet.
Yeah. So they're just, like, open to everything and seeing everything.
They can see the different realms that are so close.
Yeah. That's sweet. Okay. Do you believe in fairies? I'm giving my 2 cents.
Okay, give your 2 cents, Miss Girl. I know what you're gonna say.
I believe in everything. And I think I choose respectfully to believe in these things from a distance. Out of respect, I'll believe in them. However, the way that I conceptualize them is that they're nature spirits. Like ancient energies that take care of the earth and take care of nature. And I believe that if they are really real, that they are, like most things, neutral beings. Like an in-between neutral thing, like not good or bad. If they are ancient energies, I also think that you shouldn't be messing with them or provoking them. Just let them do their thing.
Just let them be.
Leave them alone. But I also like the idea that the pixies help. Okay, this is like the Disney
Pixie
concept.
Hollow.
Yeah, that the pixies help change the seasons and like paint the leaves and stuff. So for myself, I'm gonna choose to believe that that's what they're doing. I think that's fun. Do you believe in fairies?
I feel like I do. I feel like I've always believed in fairies. Like growing up, I feel like it's just one of those. We've always talked about having a fairy garden at home and like doing stuff like that. Whether or not I really put like 2 and 2 together, I do like the thought. Maybe it's also tied to the thought of having like a house hippo. I like the idea of having like little beings around the house that like aren't bad by any means, that are there to like help and be good and like support.
Yeah.
As long as like you show them the common like courtesy and respect that they obviously have kind of earned.
Yeah.
And you treat them how they want to be treated. But I also like the idea of like the Pixie Hollow stuff of them like helping with the fall, like the seasons changing.
Yeah.
But also that idea of them being more of like a spirit of nature that controls like the actual elements and like things of nature.
Yeah.
Rather than being like little like mischief causers and trying to like trick people and fool you and like trap you and do all the negative stuff.
I agree.
I choose to look on the good side.
Looking on the bright side, I think it is so nice to think about them like helping the flowers bloom and like taking care of the like little bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Not like the changeling shit. No, thank you.
Not kidnapping people and babies and things. No, that's not really what
That's not really what I want. Thank
not
you.
signing up for that, no. Well, Let us know what you think. Do you believe in fairies? Do you believe in fairies like the actual fairies, or brownies, or those red cap guys with the iron boots? Or do you like to think of them as Pixie Hollow fairies?
Are there any fae or fairies that we missed that you specifically know or have an experience with or kind of think of often or want to have, like, I don't know, tell us about it?
Yeah, if you've encountered a fairy, if you've experienced something that you're, like, very certain was something to do with the fae, we want to hear all of that.
We want to know.
I'm so interested.
I liked our stories that we got into. So if you have more of those, send them our way.
Please. And if you have any of your own spooky stories or paranormal happenings or witchy experiences, you can send your stories to teatalestalks@gmail.com or send them to us through our spooky story submissions form in our link tree.
And be sure to follow us on our Instagram, teatalestalks, to keep up to date with everything that we're up to and all of our upcoming episodes. Until next time, our twitchy witchy friends, stay spooky and don't let your tea get cold. Woo, 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 woo.
I wish I could do a little
flap, 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 flap,
flapping wings.
It's like the fucking Mothman again. Flap, 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 flap.